Sup, Nerdmigos, and the Jive Talking Nerd John Norgrove. We've got Wife here, and we're back at it again for another review Jive. It's been a little while since we've done one of those. But yeah, so we just recently. Last week. It's recently enough for me.
9 days ago.
Yeah, that's more than a week, so.
Yeah.
Lies. But we just watched Deadpool and Wolverine. And so we wanted to kind of do a little quickie review about Deadpool and Wolverine. So before we get like deep into it, I don't know if I've already said this or not. I'm John Norgrove. This is Julie Norgrove. And we generally do these in 2 parts. We're going to do the initial review is going to be no spoilers, real short, and then we're going to do a spoiler alert, and then we'll get into the actual movie. So if you haven't seen it, you can still catch our opinions without any sort of spoilage or anything like that. And then come back and rewatch a video after you've seen it to see all of our bold opinions and such. But, okay, so spoiler-free review. And I mean, like, 0. -1 spoilers, right? Spoiler-free review, right? Okay. Because there's so much stuff. Like, if you're on the internet right now and you haven't been spoiled, you are a ninja, right? Absolutely. Yeah. But so, like, spoiler-free review, definitely go watch this. Yeah, I think the easiest way to do spoiler-free review is like, should you or should you not go see this? Yeah. I think 100% you should go see this. If you are a Deadpool fan, if you are a Marvel fan, if you're a fucking Ryan Reynolds fan, yeah, right, highly recommend. That being said, this is rated R, so this is probably not family friendly. That is an entirely up to you sort of a conversation, right? Like, in my opinion, yeah, not a problem. But I'm also an irresponsible adult. Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely go see it. It's the third Deadpool movie. Yes. Which is kind of amazing that we got 3 of these. Yeah. It really is. Like, at all. I mean, like, I've loved all of them. This is not like they don't deserve it.
Well, especially because we probably, like, we barely got the first one. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Ryan Reynolds is an absolute gem. The marketing for this movie has been fucking phenomenal. Yeah. Right? And obviously, the, like, post-release marketing for the movie, that, like, if you follow Ryan Reynolds on, like, Instagram or Twitter, has been amazing as well. So, yeah, super good. And also, as far as I'm aware, this movie is like an official, this movie is like, for the most part, part of the MCU summer blockbuster, yeah, like time zone-y stuff. I know that, like, with whatever Comic-Con happening recently, MCU shenanigans are sort of happening. But, yeah, this isn't like a Fox production. Yeah. Now that they're owned by Disney or whatever. So, yeah. So, okay, that's pretty much all I can think of saying about the movie without getting into spoilers. Make sure you go to the bathroom beforehand because there's so many things in it. It's if you very get up and leave, you're gonna miss something. Yeah, totally. It's very, very fast paced. So yeah, okay, so let's just do spoiler alert and let's get into spoilers. So spoiler alert. I think the best initial thing to bring up, now that we're in spoiler time, it's spoiler 30, if you look at your watch. Now that we're in spoiler time, who is your favorite cameo? What's your favorite cameo? Because that is the most difficult question. That is the most difficult question. I mean, I pretty much screamed when I saw Channing Tatum as Gambit. Yeah. And Wesley Snipes as Blade. Yeah, Wesley Snipes Blade. For me, it is a tie between those two because Gambit is like my bag. Gambit is my Fox from Robin Hood, if y'all know what I mean. So like I really wanted to see a Channing Tatum Gambit thing, and that did not happen. And also, I ferociously love the Blade movies. Although at this point, it fucking might, dog. It might, yeah. Right? Like, who cares? You could do one. But he's in the whatever zone. Yeah. Do one. You know what? Do one. Make him 10% more fucking intelligible.
right? Like the accent, turn the accent down 10%, and this is Channing Tatum Gambit from Earth 1073. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I really think that we're being overly pedantic with trying to assume that there needs to be linear and absolute logic in a fucking comic book universe.
Yeah.
That feels crazy town to me, but like, whatever, dog. I think for me, it was Blade. For sure.
Yeah.
As much as Channing Tatum as Gambit is like the greatest thing ever, right? And I did not see that coming, right? Like 0% see that coming.
Yeah.
No fucking clue that was going to happen. And like, obviously I wanted Channing Tatum as Gambit is fucking so cool.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And frankly, Hollywood not making that movie, poo-poo on you guys and your inability to understand like basic reasonable success. But do you not know how margaritas work?
No, the straw is clogged. That was just a straw-shaped club of ice.
Well, okay. It's because you're not drinking your margarita fast enough.
Clearly not. Anyway.
As I missed the straw entirely. But no, you know what? The Tatum, like I definitely want that to be a movie, and am in huge support. He was fantastic. Yeah. Absolutely looked the part. Sounded the part. The action was fantastic. All of that stuff. Wesley fucking Snipes as Blade. Let me fucking tell you guys. I ferociously love the Blade movies. And I ferociously love him. Yeah. Especially in those Blade movies. And seeing him come out as old Blade. Just being like, some motherfuckers just want to ice skate uphill.
Yeah.
Too good. It's too good. Honestly, it goes Blade, then Channing Tatum, then Cavalry.
Yeah, right? Cavalry was really good. I mean, there was a lot of really good
right
cameos,
underneath Cavalry.
Right? Lots of really good cameos.
Wolverine nailed to a giant X on top of a pile of skulls.
Yeah.
So good. Holy shit, so good.
Yeah.
Right? But like, yeah, okay, so off of that, like sort of going through the movie or whatever, like I enjoyed the like three act structure of the movie. Super enjoyed the first act of the movie, right? And the fight at the end of the third act, although hilarious and fun, right, is definitely like not the most interesting part. I think the second act is the most interesting part.
Yeah.
You know, for sure. In the like whatever, we don't want you no more zone.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that is. I think that was certainly the most interesting part of the movie. And I don't necessarily think that's only because of the cameos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the action sequences were super good. I liked seeing a more brutal big group of motherfuckers running at another big group of motherfuckers. You know, the, like, standard Marvel MCU, we got 7 guys, you got 7 guys, we're gonna run at each other and make noises, and then everybody's gonna, like, miss the first 2 shots and go from there. You know, like that kind of thing? You know, the Civil War airport.
Yeah, people are just getting knocked out.
And like, all that sort of stuff.
Maybe a bloody nose.
Yeah, but I really liked the sort of, like, again, because it was rated R, the, like, brutality of that fight scene. You don't generally get to see that, which is good. Yeah, oh my god, there's just, like, my mind is just continually racing back to, like, cameos. Fucking Johnny Storm.
Yeah, the Chris Evans cameo.
The Chris Evans cameo. Yeah, I definitely was just like, oh my god, they really do. Like, I figured it was, like, some alt Cap, right?
Yeah.
Cap with slightly less serum, maybe. Yeah. Or some bullshit. Or they were gonna do, I mean, I expected them to kill him quickly. Honestly, I expected him to die in that scene, underneath that, whatever it was, clock tower or watch tower or whatever the hell. I expected him to die, like, right there. I'm surprised they kept him on screen for as long as they did. But I definitely, it's like, of course, they can't have him on here for too long, right? Yeah. It's gonna take the thunder or whatever. But when he flame-ons, dude,
absolutely not expecting. 110%. If you had asked me after he showed up on screen, if you had like paused the movie theater and been like, all right, everybody, what do we think is happening here? I would have been like, that's Captain America. Put the movie on play. Shut the fuck up and sit down. Like, it's 0% would I have even remembered, my dude, that he did that.
Yeah.
You know? So, absolutely fucking fantastic.
Beautiful misdirect.
Oh,
right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I really liked the fight scenes between Deadpool and Wolverine. It is the thing
the continuous fight scenes are so good.
Watching.
Yeah.
And the, like, brutality and hilariousness of it really showcase both of their individual fight styles as characters.
Yeah.
And I feel like as someone who has read Deadpool and Wolverine together and separately comics for a really, really long time, this was the thing that I wanted to see. This was the celebrity deathmatch matchup, basically.
Yeah,
but also this was like a love letter to this era of the MCU.
Yeah.
And you really don't...
Well, to comic book fans also.
Also to comic book fans,
know?
yeah. But, like, you don't really realize the homage that it's paying until you get to, like, the third act. Because you're being so highly entertained and, you know, and you don't realize it until the movie is over.
Yeah.
And when the movie ends, and especially because there's credits and there's like behind the backstage footage and stuff like that from a variety of different MCU movies from the beginning of
Sony
like X-Men
Marvel movies,
all the way to present. Like, you don't really realize it, but like you start to get hit with like a pang of nostalgia. Like, this is a chapter of the X-Men movies that is coming to a close. You know, it'll never be like this again.
Yeah.
You know, if Ryan Reynolds makes jokes about Hugh Jackman in future movies, they already did The Thing together, which is fine. That's not that doesn't make any future things less good, but it puts it at this like almost
pretty much
ennui of these movies.
Yeah, well, it's not that it's the ending of a chapter. It's sort of like the book review, you know? This is sort of the essay after you've read the book in school sort of a thing. Because it's like, we're done, bro. What are her name? Jennifer Garner?
Yeah.
Jennifer Garner is never gonna pick up the Psy or whatever and play Elektra again. Fucking hell. If you had asked me 6 months ago, I would have told you she wasn't gonna do it this time. Right? Hugh Jackman already said he's not going to do Wolverine again.
Yeah.
He pulled it out and decided to do Wolverine specifically for
That's why this is the
thing.
Closing of the chapter.
Like this is an homage. The book is done. It's writ, it's published, it's sold, it's on your shelf, it's over. Right? This is I mean, for an abundant lack of better words, this is like the 90s X-Men cartoon. It's done, and you can re-review it, and you can do fucking X-Men 97 and milk an old cow, right? Or whatever the fuck. But it's never gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Right? You're never gonna redo, like, 80s G.I. Joe cartoon. It's impossible, right? You're never gonna redo, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You're never gonna redo any of these old, like, X-Men cartoons or anything like that. It's just, that can't exist again. Similar things can exist. And we can pay homage and make reference to those things. But they're done. The ship has already sailed. It's over. You're never going to get Sir Patrick Stewart, back in the chair. Right? Unless it's for, again, like a little bit cameo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's sort of that thing. And I think that the homages that this movie played are specifically a reference to things that will and can never happen again.
Yeah.
It was bigger than just like Cavalrine is a fantastic example of like, we can do you better than DC did or like whatever the jokes are about it. I saw Henry Cavill made a tweet or something about how he made sure to shave his mustache just in case.
Oh,
you know, like a
good.
joke tweet and like shit like that. So like you could do that, but like if Disney decided to announce a new X-Men movie and they're gonna cast somebody to play Wolverine, they could cast Henry Cavill. It would be, I think, too tall for a Wolverine. I think Henry Cavill's quite tall.
He is,
right?
And I mean, Hugh Jackman's
too tall. Yeah, but like conceptually, like Cavalrine
could happen. But Hugh Jackman yellow suit Wolverine can't. It happened this time because of the lightning strike that is Ryan Reynolds. And I think so much of this movie is like specifically Ryan Reynolds being like, I want this to be that good. And obviously like all the producers and all the hiring agents and like everybody working together is certainly like what allowed this to happen, right? But I think the impetus of that, the hand that writ, is specifically Ryan Reynolds, somebody who clearly is a fan and clearly cares and wants to do like fun stuff. I can confidently say this is one of the funnest Marvel movies, full fucking stop.
Yeah.
Dude, like absolutely. To me, this instantaneously went into the list of Marvel movies, you know, like Iron Man 1 or like the Thor one where he fights the Hulk, whichever one that one's called, that are like infinitely rewatchable.
Yeah.
You know, Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2's okay, dog, but it's not as good as the first Deadpool.
Yeah.
And it's not as good as this one, right?
Yeah.
But also, he didn't have the opportunity to go as far as he did on this one. I mean, because this movie fully jumped the shark.
Yeah. Right?
And they did like a sweet slow-mo backflip whilst doing it.
Yeah.
Deadpoolian in nature.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, no, I think that this movie is certainly does this like pay an homage. It certainly does all of those things. I mean, like even the fight scenes between Deadpool and Wolverine are like, oh, it's like they're great close-up magic. They're great combat scenes, and they tell a story, and they're entertaining and very funny, some of them, but also they move the characters forward. This isn't just like brutal, dumb combat and blood for brutal, dumb combat and blood's sakes.
Yeah.
Right? Do they do that? For sure. I think that like the greatest example of that in this movie is the like digging up Logan's corpse and using it to beat up all those TVA agents.
So good.
It's just like, we want to make a joke, and we want to make the joke so long that it stops being funny and it becomes funny again. And we want to, like, there's no story. It doesn't matter. He just had to murder a bunch of people to, like,
Only it was
exist.
funny the whole time.
But it was, of course it was entertaining, right? Like they're gonna do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know, but like that's an example of a combat sequence that like positions the story but doesn't move character.
Yeah.
Whereas in my opinion, all of the fight scenes between Deadpool and Wolverine not only positioned story, but they also moved the character. You know, they allowed him to get to a place where when X-22 came up to him, right, which is another great callback. 23, excuse me. When X-23 came up to him and was just like, you were never the guy, but who cares? You always showed up. Like, it made that scene more poignant. If he hadn't constantly been berating himself about being, you know, I'm not the whatever, and Deadpool's like, who fucking cares? And he can't handle Deadpool being just like a loudmouth asshat the entire time or whatever. So it's like such a great example of like being able to do both in a movie and both are still entertaining. Yeah. You know, I mean, there were so many fucking absolutely delicious bits. Dog pool.
All the dog pool pieces.
Top fucking 5 characters in this goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Dog pool. Absolutely loved every spot with dog pool. Nice pool. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Nice Pool was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, absolutely. You know, I like that they really like ran quickly through the like different Wolverine sequences part, because like you could do those, but that's really a quick spot gag. It's fun for 10 seconds. Right? And so they recognized to do that. But it also like I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, you know, instead of making those Wolverine spot gags 30 seconds long, you know, they made them 15 seconds long or whatever the time length is on that. They made them short enough to still be great references for you to still get it, right? If you know, you know. If you don't, it's still funny and interesting. But it also gave you time to have like 9 crane shots for like 2 solid minutes of CGI glistening Hugh Jackman's abs while they're trying to save the day at the very end of the movie. Yeah. And that sequence was so long, but so fucking
good.
Yeah.
The entire time. So like, like the movie, although fast paced insofar as it did not feel like that movie was happening for as long as it was happening for.
Yeah.
At all. The pacing overall for the movie was really fantastic. Because they give you like a bunch of business and then a little bit of slowdown. And like a bunch of business and a little. You weren't like overwhelmed all the time with stuff. You had these like moments where you could sit in. I think they did a great job sitting in with Xavier's sister.
Yeah.
Whatever the actual hell her name
Whatever
was.
her gross finger name
that
is.
Fucking gross finger stuff. Dog, they sat in that for precisely long enough. Man, is that disturbing and upsetting. Just moving around all up in there and whatnot.
Also the fingies. Very disturbing.
Yeah,
like,
real upsetting, dude.
Like just like torqued. A little bit. They're like a little too long.
Yeah.
They're like a little too this. They're a little
They're
too
moving
that.
through the head in like not a regular hand
Yeah.
finger position-y sort of way. It's real fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
It's real fucked up.
Yeah. It's a good choice of a villain for this movie as well.
Yeah. Well, and she represented like the big bad, but still like in the grand scheme of things, there kind of wasn't a big villain.
Yeah.
She was the biggest threat, but also that got resolved. The TVA guy, big threat. The TVA in general, big threat.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, like there really sort of wasn't like a
there wasn't
like a Thanos
Yeah,
tier, you know, or whatever, Killmonger, where it's just like the whole time we're fighting against this guy. So it allowed the movie to sort of flow between characters that are like, for now this guy's an asshole, and the next time this guy's an asshole. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Like it sort of allowed you to move through that nicely.
Yeah.
And that fight sequence at the end of the second act or beginning of the third act, whenever the hell that happened. Between the end of the second act, I think. When Blade and Deadpool and Wolverine and all of them all fought against the Gross Fingers lady.
Yeah.
Was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everybody got like a good spot. It was great seeing the actress who played X-23 back.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't just get the like, oh, we pulled Jennifer Garner out to do this character and she's like gonna flip a sigh and that's it. Like she got a ton of combat. Blade got like a ton of combat. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody really, it felt like everybody, with the bold exception of Johnny Storm, got like a good amount of combat sequencing in.
They got the respect.
They got respect.
Yeah.
Johnny Storm did not get respect. Except we get that fucking sequence post credit where come to find out he did say all that shit that Deadpool said he said, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god.
Yeah.
So good.
I think that this was really good for anybody who is like holding out, like, oh, I don't know if I should see it. Like, if you're a fan of Deadpool, if you're a fan of Wolverine, if you're a fan of the like multiverse timeline hijinks, absolutely go see it. It's definitely worth
Better
it.
multiverse timeline hijinks job than literally any other Marvel
do
movie.
not do a drinking
Full
game
stop.
with all of the cameos
with
because
anything.
you'll die.
With anything. Don't do any drinking games in this unless it's I'm gonna have one drink and then I'm gonna watch this movie and then I'll have a drink when I'm done with this movie. That is the only safe bet or you are gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thoroughly
absolutely.
enjoyable time at the theater. I have not laughed that hard in a theater in a very long time.
Absolutely. And you know what? I would say if you have this situation where you can, go see this in the theater. Right? I mean, like, sure, yeah, whatever. On your TV, it's still going to be exactly as funny. The cameos are still going to hit exactly as hard. But, like, I think that this is certainly a theater experience, especially a crowd experience. I think twofold. One, this is like a visually pleasing movie.
Yeah.
Right? So the big screen is going to really, like, get everything to pop, like, a lot. But also, the crowd experience for the movie is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
Dude, when, like, anything happens and the entire crowd starts cracking up or starts cheering or cajoling
or whatever. I mean, we didn't even talk about the fucking music in this movie.
Oh, the soundtrack.
The soundtrack was so good, dude.
Yeah.
The Deadpool dance sequence.
Yeah.
Fucked super hard. Like, there's so many good things that occurred in this movie that, like, from, you know, in my opinion, benefit from a theater experience.
Yeah.
Right? On top of them already being good, I think it's definitely one of those things where you want to be with, like, a group of friends.
Yeah.
Right? Like, laughing and cajoling and be like, can you believe that's what that was?
Yeah.
Like, you know, is that actually Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
Or am I hallucinating right now? You know, or whatever. So, yeah, man, I don't know. Dude, I have, like, 10 out of 10. I'm remiss to say, and I'm remiss not to say, best MCU movie, full stop.
Probably
Best MCU. I also super love, like, rated R movies and things like that. But, like, maybe best MCU movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Like, obviously, if you've gone this far and you haven't seen this movie, for all of the gods, what the hell are you doing here now? But like, what do you think? Best MCU movie? Worst? I mean, maybe some people didn't like this movie. I can't
There's definitely people
possibly
that didn't
fathom
like it,
who
but,
that is.
You know,
but
we're not.
They're wrong. It's okay that you can be wrong. We accept you still, even with the wrongness. But yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, I would say 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. 10 of 10.
Yeah.
No notes.
No notes. Yeah, maybe see it a second time. My only note: what if you just played that shit back to back? What if instead of a 2-hour movie, it was a 4-hour movie, and it was just the same movie on loop? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do that, right? Or like, I would 100% pay the exorbitant ticket cost for a 3-movie special where you see Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, and then this one.
That would be fun,
right? Plus, Deadpool 2 is a great, like, break, go to the bathroom, popcorn refill sort of a movie.
Yeah.
You know, in that sequence, like, Deadpool 2 is still good. I know it sounds like I'm talking shit about 2, but, like, by relative comparison, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. I got nothing else to say. What did you think about Deadpool? What was your favorite cameo spot? You've heard us talk about ours. Do you have a least favorite cameo?
No.
Or reference?
No.
I can't think of one either.
Not at all.
Yeah.
They were all fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely can't think of anything to complain about.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been longer. It could have been more movie.
I don't
honestly.
think it even needed to be more.
I don't know that it
perfect
needed to be longer, but I want more. That's the difference. You know, my only complaint is going to be if Disney doesn't make a fucking 4th Deadpool movie. Somebody just needs to give Disney, whoever the hell is in charge of Disney, just needs to give Ryan Reynolds like $100 million a year stipend or whatever, and just be like, make fucking whatever you want as long as it's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're just gonna it's the Reynolds verse. It's to the left gently or whatever of regular MCU stuff. So we can still make questionably successful movies and TV shows, and Ryan Reynolds can make us money on the side. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the profit margin. This is like the highest grossing rated R movie of all time or something.
I have no idea.
I think I remember seeing a thing about that on Twitter.
Oh, I have
that this
no
is like,
idea.
Or maybe it's the highest grossing opening weekend for a rated R movie. I don't know if it's which one it is, like of all theater run or whatever. But I know it's it's like winning a bunch of, you know, it's setting a bunch of records and shit. So, and it fucking deserves it.
Yeah.
Right? I have seen several articles basically claiming that it's the savior of the MCU. And I completely agree. Deadpool is, in fact, Marvel Jesus.
Yeah, he is, in fact, Marvel Jesus.
And he's certainly, at this point in time, fucking Disney MCU Jesus. For damn sure, dude. This movie's making money for them. Good the fuck for them, dog. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything else about this. Except for waxing unnecessarily poetically. So yeah, I've been John Northrop. This has been Julie Northrop. This has been Review Jive whatever. And yeah, this has been Deadpool and Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how good are the memes, right?
So good.
Fucking thing.
So
good. I can't stop. Yeah, what did you think about it? Comment below with all that kind of stuff. Like this video, follow or subscribe or whatever the terms are that we're supposed to say. Whatever the robots want us to do these days. And we will catch you guys next time for more movie reviews. whenever I remember to do them.